Good evening, everybody. It's Tigers baseball. It's the Central Crown Vol.8. How's everybody doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
All right. One by one, introduce yourself.
Richard, man, you can catch me at Twitter at Riggs928.
I'm DaeDae. You can catch me on Twitter at Markham246.
And he got the wrong gear on, but we're gonna let it slide.
Hey, I was out here last week with the same gear on.
Hey, I'm Mike. Y'all know y'all can find me at @1pride_JR.
And I'm Chris. You can find me on Twitter as Crazy Hockey Fan, and you can also find me on Instagram and as well Facebook. So, how are we feeling about the Tigers coming up here? Looking pretty good in the last few weeks here. Anybody?
The way they work, the played against the Mariners, man, that's we pretty much owned them.
Yeah.
Especially being they're in the fight with the Astros. And I was pretty pleased.
Yeah, I like their play against the Mariners. They played really well in the last. I mean, they did well against the Mariners this year. Period. I think they only lost one game, didn't they? To the Mariners.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came in pretty clutch too.
Yeah, they swept them the last series, so I think they did really well.
I know they got tired of losing them games though, because it looked like they was going to win, and we kept on coming back and stealing them, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I like the fact that the Tigers, the youth movement, which we've all been at times have said like they need to sprinkle a little bit of like veteran in there, but for some reason, the youngsters have been doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you think they did there for the Mariners series, the 3-game sweep? Like how well do you think they played as a unit?
I think they did great, and it was also good because we're playing a team that, like you said, they're locked down, dragged out with the dang Astros. So it's not like they're coming in not trying to play for anything. They're trying to win that division because they had that division for the majority of the season before the Astros. They've been heating up. They actually been pretty hot, and Mariners going the other way now. So Mariners trying to fight, man. They trying to fight just like Tigers trying to fight. So it made a good competitive series.
I think what was more impressive too is we had 3 of their top pitchers and the starters, and even though we didn't crush them, we crushed the one, but the other 2, we just stayed within hands reach, and then we hit their bullpen up. I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
I'll say this: I only watched the second game of the series, which is the one you guys won 2-1. And as the viewers know, I don't watch a whole lot of Tigers games, but the GOAT came in clutch that game. Javi Baez, it was a single or a double, and brought it up 2-1.
Chris's favorite player.
Home run.
I'm gonna have a heart attack, but I mean,
you gotta give him his credit for that one. He knocked it out the park.
Yeah, he did. As the announcer said, from out of nowhere, the Tigers,
Hey, all I seen was this rolling around.
Oh.
Yep, out of nowhere, the Tigers win.
He's the greatest shortstop in baseball for no reason, man. Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was just fun.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to put a GOAT picture up here just for Mike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did really good. I mean, if you look at it, like their defensive.
Ferguson just hit a grand slam, y'all.
No, he didn't.
Nah,
I'm watching that at bat though.
He was playing. He having a good at bat though. It's 2-2.
Yeah, we played.
If that would have felt fair though, man, he would have scored a couple of them.
Hey, watch.
How's he look since he came back?
We'll talk
he looks
about it.
Much better. He got a better appearance.
He's got a more compact swing now, but we'll talk about him later. But he's done really well. So we can move on to our next topic.
The Yankees.
The Hankies.
The damn Yankees, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, how do we feel we did against the Yankees?
I liked it, man, because that lineup is stacked, man. Got tons of power up in it. I thought we did really well with Soto. I think he actually went hitless in that series. Judge did hit a home run. We hit their we got Holmes for a game. We hit him at the end, their closer, which he's got good numbers, but if you look, he's blown 10 saves, man. That's a lot of saves, but he's got a low ERA, but he's got 10 blown saves.
That's a lot of saves to still even be in the closing role. Most teams are poor if you blow that many games.
Man. He don't have the stuff.
Judge only had 3 hits the whole series.
Yep.
Hey,
He only had 1 hit in each of the games.
Because Soto was 0 for 15 with 2 walks, I think, or 1 walk.
Yeah. Soto was hitless. I think he was like 0 for 10.
He was hitless.
Like hey, put Tori comment back on the screen. That's what I like to see right there. That's what she's telling the truth. She's telling the truth. We got a trader.
A comes before D, so we're better.
Nah.
Yep.
Tigers will smoke the
you really want to get it? Last time we played y'all, we swept the fuck out of y'all. We beat you guys in a 3-game series, and not one of those games was close.
If we played right now, it would be a different story.
Well, yeah, man. Look, this is the Tiger show. We'll stay on the Tigers because I can go on and on about what's wrong with the Braves right now, man.
We don't want to hear excuses, DaeDae.
Y'all see the video I shared earlier about all
the Tigers win. Tigers will win the World Series before the Braves.
Not even close. Y'all ain't even in the playoffs, and we're right there. We have more of a chance than y'all do.
Because we gave you one of our players.
No, look, just because we picked him. No, we picked him up.
Now they're on the comeback with Gio Urshela.
Yeah.
Oh, nice play. Oh, double play. Nice.
Stay on topic because I can't take it over. Hey, we do have the AL Triple Crown leader. And
he's telling the truth again.
What'd you say?
That you're irrelevant?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't surprise me that you don't know something.
We got to get Tori on here now. She got to come on the snap. She got to come on the snap on them.
I know something. The Tigers are better than the Braves, and Michigan's better than Georgia. Go blue.
Go blue all day.
I can't rival with the go blue. I can't do it.
I'll get the Braves and the Dogs.
I didn't see Georgia in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
No, I think they lost to the team we beat, Alabama. We were solid.
Man, this show has gone straight from the Central Crowd.
So far sideways.
Hey, the funny part is, was debating. Me and DaeDae was debating in the group chat because he was trying to say they should still be the number 1 seed. They didn't even make the fucking playoffs. He said they still number 1 seed.
They didn't even throw that pass in that Auburn game for them to catch that for that game winner. They ain't even there. I don't want to hear that.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but didn't.
Well, then.
Damn, how bad y'all get beat by TCU? And then we smoked the fuck out of TCU?
Uh-oh.
That was 2 years ago.
You want to go there?
And them refs was cheating, though.
Nah, if I think about it, I think Quentin Johnson's still running, bro.
Well, hey, speaking about refs, let's get to pitching. Pitchings are umps, so, So how's our pitching staff has been doing absolutely stellar in the last couple of weeks.
Like everybody been pulling their weight, and even the pitchers I don't really care for on this team, they've been pulling their weight, man. So I can't even knock them. Like, for us to still be pitching as well as we are and getting into these close baseball games when we're not even starting real starters on the mound, man. Like, we got Scooble and that's it. Like, Montero is the only other maybe starter, but everybody else is bullpen, man. Like, it's amazing what they're doing out there staying in these games.
Since I noticed that one stat where they somebody said on Twitter that like since August 3rd we're number one in bullpen, like across the board.
In team ERA or just the bullpen ERA?
I thought it was team ERA.
It's team because we it's unreal how many like so-called starters we use, and they only pitch 2 innings. It's been crazy.
And another caveat of that is 8 out of 14 have been bullpen games, so that leaves 6. So I don't know the exact number, but if I were to guess, it's probably 3 each for Montero and Scooble.
Yeah. The funny thing
is, we're back in the game, y'all. They just hit a two-run home run.
I think obviously all the talk is for Scooble to win Cy Young, and he's the favorite, and deservingly so.
Mm-hmm.
But I think your team MVP very well could be Tyler Holton, because he does really good as the opener. He can come in the 5th inning, 7th inning, lefties, right. He can close. He's 4 for 4 in saves. Like, that guy does everything.
He's probably one of the best utility pitchers in the league. Like, because you can plug and play him anywhere. That guy's awesome.
I thought he was going to say the MVP was going to be the pitching coach.
I mean, that could be too.
Yeah.
Man, you wouldn't be wrong.
He's been doing a hell of a job, man.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, the team you guys rolling like that and only having bullpen 8 out of the 14 games. Yeah, that's
he brought Flaherty back. He brought Flaherty back, man. Got him traded, and hopefully we can do some stuff this offseason and get another one of them pitchers.
Hey,
well, I don't know if you missed the conversation where I brought up earlier with Walker Buehler, because
I agree with that.
Yep,
bring him in because he should be expensive. I love
Walker Buehler. I loved him when he first came in to the league and he was pitching. I love the way he pitches. But he just had like a bad like last year, and I think the year before he was good in the beginning of the year, and then he started tailing off. But you might be right. He might be cheap. He might come cheap.
Yeah, he's definitely driving that price tag down, because I was just reading on him a couple of days ago before y'all and y'all brought it up today, and I agree with that, man. That would be a target right there.
Yeah,
and Maeda, let's give credit to Maeda. Ever since he's went to the bullpen, he's done really well as well. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of games where he's
that start. I mean, not a start, but that game where I think he did like 5 2/3 or something like that, and only gave up 1 hit. Man, shout out to that, man. That gotta be tough. That gotta be tough going from a starter to a middle reliever.
Yeah,
I was gonna reliever. That gotta be tough right there.
That's another thing too. Is he's never complained. He's all he took it on the chin,
and he's always taking accountability for this season and his performances. So, man, shout out to that. I always love when players know they're not performing and they acknowledge it versus making excuses or just not talking about it.
I also like it when they acknowledge the job that they can do. So if they get moved to the bullpen, they're good with it. If they get moved somewhere else, they come back, they become a starter. They don't complain about it. They just go and do it and get better at it. And that
same for Javi too. Like, you get dropped to being 9th hitter. Like, you get dropped to being 9th hitter, then you hit 3 home runs. Like,
well, I can give you 25 million reasons why he doesn't care. However,
but still, it's still players that's getting paid that would get dropped or not used, and they would still have a fit about it, even though they're not performing up to standard. So, I give them a little credit for that.
So, in your personal opinion, anybody's personal opinion, let's say Javi was making like $3 million a year, would he be DFA'd by now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just putting that out there. It's not no fact, but I just I figured you guys would agree with that.
But like I said in the chat the other day, yes, his hitting has been subpar, but I can come up with 3 things that he still brings this ball club. 1, his defense and the way he tags. I know some people might say, oh, that's not a big deal. It has saved us a lot how he tags and gets the guys out, especially on steals. He's really quick with that wrist to get the tag down. His defense, he's got pretty good base running. And believe it or not, if he's not our best, he is at least top 3 hitters with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, he's still up there.
Does still bring value.
I think he's still the best on this team, runners in scoring position.
Yeah, he is. That home run just says it all from that one day. But
I don't know why it's like that, because I mean, all the other hitting categories, when there's nobody in scoring position, it's the complete 180. But when they're in scoring position, he just turned into somebody else. I don't know what it is.
Some people just have that extra motivation. It's like when you're up there and there's nothing on the line. I'm here. I'm just here. But then when there's something on the line, people are like, yeah, they're counting on me now. And that gives him that extra motivation to make sure that he doesn't swing 10 feet off the plate.
That's the thing that's frustrating about watching him, because he has some games where he will make an attempt to not swing at it, and then other games he's back to swinging at those pitches, and it's like, why? But
that one at bat where he had 15 pitches? That actually, them 2 at bats, he had like 25 pitches and 2 at bats. Like,
yeah,
he didn't get nothing out of it.
Yeah,
but that does damage to the pitcher. That's a lot of pitches.
Oh yeah, that's why. Depending on the teams that they face and the pitcher they face, a lot of times the Tigers will take as many pitches as they can, foul them off, do as much as they can, because once you get over like 15 pitches in an inning, it starts putting you in a deficit for the game. So you really want to.
But how many times have I said in the chat that this Tigers team does so much better when they make a pitcher pitch? When they go through these quick innings, they usually don't do well. When they're making these pitchers pitch and work, that's usually when it works for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yep. And the faster they can get to the bullpen, so they start building those pitchers counts, the faster they can get to the bullpen, the better chance they have of like coming back. Okay. Why does he do this like this? Anyways, okay. Next debate here. What do we think about that?
I actually like this topic for a couple reasons. One, it's hard to a guy who, I think it was even last year, because, they came up with a new gold glove for utility. Utility gold glove. He was actually in the final 3, I think. He's very versatile in the positions he can play. You can play him in any of the corner outfield. You can play him second, short, third. Which, especially as much as AJ likes to, make changes throughout the game, is very valuable to a guy to have a guy that can play 5 different positions. You see that game the other day when they won in extras at the Little League ballpark, where he got a hit, then he stole a base, which was a very good slide, and then he scored the game-winning run. Like another guy like Baez, when you look at his overall stats, you wouldn't think it wouldn't, impress you, but he does come up with clutch hits. He does play several positions. His speed, like he just stole a base right now. I think he's 10 for 10 on the year, but he's just that's why I think he's still got a place on this team.
Yeah. And I see it all over Twitter how a lot of people think like, why does Zach McKinstry still have a job on this roster? Why is he still on the 40? Why hasn't he been DFA'd? And it's a good question to bring up because that explains a lot. Like he does the little things that keep him on the roster, and he's adequately he has good defense, and he's very versatile, and that plays a lot. And it works in most sports. The more versatile you are, the longer you're going to stay on a roster because you can be plugged and placed in other areas. Plus, he's cheap. He doesn't cost a ton of money, so you can plug and play anywhere with him. What do you think, Mike?
I don't got too much to add. I think you two nailed it. You two nailed it. Like, it's nothing else to add to that. I agree with every point you two said.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you, Atlanta?
His mic ain't even on.
Damn, my mic ain't. Well, I just got done yelling at my kid. My bad.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Atlanta. I swear.
So on Atlanta, who's your Zach McKinstry? The guy that doesn't bat well at all. Like his offensive prowess is not good, but he's good at defense. Very versatile, can be put anywhere. What's that guy on Atlanta?
We don't have a guy that we can put anywhere, but we have a guy that's like our defensive fill-in, I guess. It's Orlando Arcia. That's about it. He's shitty at batting. He's got like 5 home runs on the year, I think. And he plays good defense. That's about all we can count on him for.
But he don't have the speed McKinstry does, I don't think, right?
I thought
the guy we have with speed.
Ronald Acuna Jr. I thought that's who he was going to say.
No. Y'all wish y'all had somebody like him.
Do you guys still have Duvall?
Yeah, but he don't play because he's absolutely terrible this year. He's batting under 200.
He used to be that guy, had a little speed, power, could play several positions.
Yeah. See, I don't know that Duvall. I only know the Duvall that would hit for power. This is the third time he's been back with us.
All I know is what's y'all team name?
What you gonna say, Mike?
He about to die. He about to die on the screen. See, that's that's crazy.
He's like, I'm out.
We're about to witness death from.
Hey, that's just like their season. That's just like their season this year.
Choking away.
How many games y'all back from the wild card?
Hey,
3,
sir.
We lead the wild card series. A game and a half.
We winning the World Series, man.
Yeah, they got a consolation bracket. I don't know about
World Series this year. We getting in there.
Is that like the bubble championship? You get a consolation World Series.
Chris, tell them, man. We only 2.5 games out.
Damn, I also went into a coma for 6 games.
Mike, you have to cover up your laughter. I know. We can move on to the next topic now.
We're losing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're currently winning.
Oh, that must be nice. Y'all are playing the Cubs though. We got the Phillies.
So, how do we feel about the recent promotions in 26-man roster? We're not naming any names. How do we feel about the few promotions that were just brought the guys up?
I watched the game in Williamsport or whatever. That was the first one. All those guys were up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
not really. There's been a few. They've had a few games beforehand.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring up. Well, okay, the 2 guys they brought up for that game. They brought up 2 games for that, right?
Yeah.
They played pretty well in that game. One of them doesn't seem to be very quick, but they played pretty well in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's our third base coach. Our third base coach has been doing that shit all year.
And that was so terrible.
That was
awful.
This guy.
Quiet as it's kept.
God.
Quiet as it's kept. If it wasn't for that outfitter double clutching, he would have been out. He would have been out when we won that game.
So let me pause real quick. We just hit 200 viewers. So I'd like to thank everybody that's viewing right now. I appreciate it. We're over 200 now. That's a new record for us.
Nice.
And we really appreciate it. So keep following please subscribe to Detroit Fan Report. We love the fact
don't follow on the Atlanta dude though.
Yeah.
Hey, sooner or later, we're going to have a whole Atlanta segment out here, man.
This is crazy.
So do appreciate it. We're over 200, and it's faster than we've ever done it. We're only at 25 minutes, and we're already at 200 viewers. I love it. We do appreciate it. We love to give you as much Tiger baseball knowledge that we can. But yeah, if you want to come in and comment, if you have the opportunity, and we'll answer questions, or we'll just have some fun and shoot the bull. But we can continue. So we'll move on to individual guys. And the first person is Spencer Torkelson.
So,
Mr. Hall of Fame of the minors himself.
So there's two things I've noticed since he come up. One, just his demeanor, like he's smiling, looks like that pressure that he had before and all that disappointment in himself has gone. It looks like he's having fun again. I love to see it. His at-bats, his approach. I've always said he's a better hitter when he can go.
If I'm on the show, we're getting a Braves topic on here.
I'm talking, sir.
I know, sir. I apologize. I was talking to the CEO and banned with his comment up there.
If you guys could see the group chat between these two guys, you guys would die. Solid entertainment.
You would swear we hated each other.
I always said he's a better hitter when he goes to all fields. When he just tries to pull the ball, he's awful. But man, when he can go to all fields, I think that's when he's at his best.
And usually power hitters, that's what they're going to do. They're so concentrating on hitting the ball hard that they almost always dead pull it. And that's why I like his approach, because I saw they mirrored two at bats that he had, both similar at bats. Nice compact swing, not trying to hit for the fences, just trying to get on base. That's what I want to see out of him. I would rather see him get on base, because once he gets a fluid swing down properly and he can get consistent hits, then he can introduce his power again. And then that way, hopefully we'll get like a 250, 260 hitter with like 30, 40 home runs a year. That would be nice. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Mike?
My bad, y'all.
Man.
Hey, whatever Rich was saying.
Back there sipping on a little juju back there. You okay?
I got sidetracked. But anyway, I was listening.
Hey.
Damn, you've been hanging out with DaeDae too much.
I think so, man. Damn, he's got some better stuff than I got.
Yeah, we know what that special stuff is, but go ahead. Oh. What do you have to say, Mike? Or could you even talk?
Is he still laughing? Are you still laughing?
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
I agree with what Rich was saying. Like, I think some of the pressure is relieved. I think he's seeing other hitters are having success. Like his locker mate, Riley Greens, have success his whole season pretty much. Also, you got some of the younger guys, some of the guys that were struggling early in the season that we were counting on, like Cole Keith. He's been great. He's had a really good rookie year. Even the guy like we brought up, like Malloy, that we just sent back down to AAA.
Yeah.
He was doing some stuff too, and he had some clutch hit, and he helped us win some baseball games as well. So he's coming back. He's seeing the whole thing is not put on my shoulders. We don't need me to win every game. I just need to do my job. I need to have a better plate appearance. Looks like he's been listening to the coaches, because he's changed like some stuff in his appearance, like with his swing and his stance and all that type of stuff. So and it's been successful. Like last game, he was 4 for 4, and he hit the ball in multiple areas, and that's what Rich was saying. Hit the ball all over the field. Everything, you don't got to pull everything. Everything doesn't have to be a home run. Just get a base hit. We'll live with that.
Yep, absolutely. And I do believe his batting average has gone up significantly. And what I mean by significantly doesn't necessarily mean it's gone up like 100 points. It's just because we're so far into the year and the at-bats, he's got so many at-bats, it doesn't take much to change it. But when he first got back here, I think he was at a 180, 185 average, and he's now up to a 216. Even though he went 0 for 3 so far tonight, he's still doing well. So, I mean, to move your points up almost 20 points in a short period of time is pretty damn good. So, yeah. Next guy, one of Mike's favorites here. Good old
yeah,
Jay
man.
Young.
I've been calling for that all year, man. Like,
Yep.
I was so glad he got the opportunity to come up, and he's looked pretty good too. He's made a couple good, decent defensive plays, even though he's at a new position. So he's done fairly well to my liking so far. These few games he's played.
Yeah, he's batting 267. He's on base percentage is like 4.21, which is really good. It's small sample size, but still at the same time, he's done pretty well. I definitely like Jace Young. I think this is the guy that DaeDae said was kind of slow. He looks like he runs slow, but if he can get on base, I don't care how fast you are.
Yeah, because even before the third base coach seen him, I seen him coming around second. He didn't even look like he was moving. And then they sent him, and I was like, man, he's going to be out by a mile. And he was.
Cora's a bet. Like
you can't send that guy in that position right there, man.
But Cora's made decisions like that all season.
Yeah, he's been doing that all year. We've been mad.
He's very aggressive. Overly aggressive.
This too. He looked fairly comfortable against a left-hander. I forgot which pitcher it was, but he was going up against lefty. He looked fairly comfortable up there.
Yeah.
Come on, so
I like. I know one of the things that everyone was talking about was his defense wasn't ready. He's made some decent plays, and I was never personally worried because, and I have said this to back me up in our chats, is the guy was a Gold Glove at second base. So that tells me right there, he's willing. He's willing to play defense. And I listened to a podcast that he did with Chris Castellani, an interview. Not really a podcast, but an interview. And he's never played third base consistently. He's played it off and on since high school. So, but he's never been consistent with it. Like in high school, when he played with his brother who plays for the Rangers, and his brother played third, so he had to play second.
Yeah.
And he went there, and then he went to Texas A&M, and one year he had to play short. So he's kind of played second, short, and third like a year here and there, but he's never had consistent looks at third. I'm comfortable with it. Like I said, someone who's won a Gold Glove, even in a different position, that tells me that you're willing to play defense. His hitting, to me, looks very veteran. Like he looks very comfortable at the plate. His approach, he swings at his pitch. Even when he went against Holmes, he said he knew he had a great sinker, and he was sitting fastball, and he waited till he got his pitch. And you don't hear that because a lot of these young guys, they just go up there and just swing at what they got. And if you look at any of these announcers who played in the pros, they will tell you, you got to either look at a pitch or look for a spot. You can't just go up there and just, free will up there.
Yep, absolutely. I like the fact that he has that veteran presence, that look to him. I actually like him. We've got a small sample size on him so far, so I'll continue to we'll continue to like kind of see how he does in the next week or two, see what happens. But yeah, I like him a lot. So we can move on to our next person. Definitely a surprise, but Trey Sweeney. He's the one that we got in the Jack Flattery trade. Kind of quick to move, but he was smoking in AAA. So, what do y'all think?
I think now he's somebody that his defense has been adequate. His approach, now he looks a little lost at the plate. He little free swinging a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He did have a 2-run homer tonight. But like you said with the others, it's it's a small sample size. So we shall see, but I want to see more better at bats, But other than that, I think it's still too early.
What do you think, Mike?
I agree with what Rich said there. I'm excited to see him play, see what he can do, because we all know we've been talking last year, this year about what are we going to do at the shortstop position. So it's good to see him up for these last amount of games that we have. It's going to be a good sample size to see if he can hit. That's my question. Like, I think he could play defense, but I'm just wondering if can he be a dependable bat, because that's what we need at the shortstop position. Like, we don't need somebody that can just make defensive plays, whether they're normal, routine, or spectacular. We need somebody that can also add value when they come to the plate.
Yeah, I'll take an average defensive guy for an increased bat at the plate. Definitely. Like, if I could have, if it was like another Javi Baez, like granted his defense is stellar, I would rather have the player that plays will reduce his like near Gold Glove defense. I will drop it to average defense if I can get a guy that can hit for average at the plate. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a small sample size. I'm glad they brought him up, like you said, Mike, just so we can see the nooks and crannies. And just like any of these rookies, like nobody just automatically jumps on and is great all the time. Colt Keith had a couple of months or a month and a half where he didn't look like he was going to get there, but he figured it out. Some guys take longer than others. So you never know. You never know. But he could be our future at shortstop. Who knows?
You take Javi's spot, right? Javi's second base, right?
They're short.
He's short. Is he going to take Javi's spot? Javi can't be on your guys' opening day roster next year.
I don't think he can either. Like, I don't think he can. Like,
he can't, but he will. I think he'll still be here next year.
They cannot justify him still being on the roster next year.
I think that's why they brought Sweeney up to see what they got.
You might be right, Rich. That might be the reason.
You got to. You cannot
that's why they brought
that man be here.
I think that's why they brought Torque up too. Remember, we had this discussion last week, Chris, and you and I have had these conversations in our general chats. Is you got to see what I think. I don't necessarily think they're going to go for it next year, but I think they're going to try to improve. But they want to see what they got in house and what they have to add around it. So that's my thinking, but I could be wrong. But that's kind of what I see.
Okay, so we all know if Trey Sweeney were to end the season like batting like 300 and a couple of home runs with like a ton of RBI, like we know if he bats really well, he could be the opening day starter next year. It's very possible. However, what happens if he ends up the season with like a 200 batting average and just barely above average stats across the board?
You either go get somebody, because we do got a couple of other shortstops a couple years away, or stick it out with Javi again.
Yeah. I just don't know. I just can't. It's hard. Like Mike said, it's hard to justify paying him that kind of money, even though, I mean, kind of gotta. But
Oh
have
no,
him.
they gonna pay. They gonna still have to pay him. You can't. He can't be on the roster. I don't care what.
Yeah.
He can't be on
And
the
like
roster.
we were
So
talking.
bad we want to pay you to not be on the team.
Well, the thing is like, and I always, because I'm so used to doing salary cap for like football, I always think about the cap, and baseball doesn't have one. So if you release them, I don't give two cares about whether or not you're paying them or not, because it doesn't affect your team. It affects your baseline money value, but it doesn't affect the team. So at the end of the day, you can take a $25 million guy and keep paying him, and then bring somebody else in and pay him okay money and still produce the same thing. And I would not care.
How much does Javi do another 25 next year?
Every year.
For how many years? How many more years?
3 or 4. Let me look that up real quick.
You got a 7-year deal? A 6-year deal?
Something like that.
Got a 6-year.
6-year, how many? 250, 300? 25,
It was 6 years, 150 million or something.
140 million. And he's paid, yep. So it's 25 next year, 24 in 2026, and 24 in 2027.
Hell.
Yeah.
Fully guaranteed, right?
Yeah, that's how it works. So yep. And because it doesn't affect a cap, because there isn't one, it won't matter. So the owners just got to suck it up and pay him, and then find somebody else. Let somebody else have him for free or whatnot.
What if Javi catches a heater towards the end of this year and just goes on a hot streak to the end of the year?
There's not enough time left in the season to justify him. Sorry. He could go 4 for 4 every game for the rest of the year. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, to be honest, even if he went on a tear, that would only help the team justify keeping him next year. That's all.
So either way, you're not keeping him, rather at all.
I hope we don't, but I think the Tigers are going to keep him. So our next one is our new prospect that just came up, or is coming up through the ranks right now. He is literally just blowing it up in high A ball, the Michigan Whitecaps. Like, he is like on some tear I've never seen before. How do you feel about him? How do you feel about him, Richard?
I just looked up his numbers. He's got crazy numbers for what he did in his last series. Crazy numbers.
Yep.
What he's done since he come over, like, he's an on-base machine. So I'm not sure if catcher will be his long-term position. But man, being a switch hitter, and then what he does, he's got a great approach. He's got a great eye. And that's something you either have or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's just going to get you're just going to help yourself out when you do that, when you have a great eye, because then you're going to make the pitcher give you a pitch that you want to hit and not swing at third pitches all the time.
Absolutely. So in 15 games with the Michigan Whitecaps, this is crazy. So he's had four home runs, 13 RBIs, 16 walks. That's what really impresses me, is he's got good plate discipline. Nearly 400 batting average, like 396. He's got an on-base percentage. Gosh, it's 54%. His slugging is 770, and his OPS is a 1.318. Like, this is just ridiculous numbers. I mean,
he went 11 for 18 the last series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
11
nuts.
average and 611 average, 8 RBIs, and 3 home runs.
Just think about it, Dave. If you were in basketball, that would be a great game.
Yeah.
He is phenomenal. Hey, Mike, have you seen Theron? Not doing his name justice, of course.
Lonzo.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, them numbers are crazy. Like, yeah, I don't have any questions right now at this point during his current stretch about his hitting, but I will agree with what Rich was saying earlier. My more concern is what position is he going to play when he gets up here? Like, we know he's not coming up here this year or probably even next year, but when he gets to the majors, is he still going to be playing catcher? That's my concern. Like, I want to know how he's doing at that. Is he framing the pitches well? Is he able to throw people out when they're still against him, or is it still looking like kind of like a robot mechanic thing? Like, that's what I want to know. But as far as the hitting, that is crazy because before he got here, when we were looking at that trade and we were looking at what he was doing in the minors with the Dodgers, it was not that. It was not that because they kept on saying all the reports I was seeing was he has power, but where's the contact? Like, where can he? Because his batting average wasn't good. Like, none of that stuff that you just read, none of them numbers was the same when he was coming from that trade. So, I don't know. Maybe he was ready to get out of L.A. in that system. Maybe he thinks it's a better opportunity here in Detroit for him to have a clear role when it's his time. So, maybe he just needed a new start. But either way, I'm encouraged. I'm very encouraged.
So am I, yeah. I mean, and I'll be the first to admit I did not – when that trade went through, I did not like either player, Trey Sweeney or Lorenzo. I thought we weren't getting a good enough deal. A couple of people in the group chat said that these guys are going to be better than you think, and sure enough,
I did too because when you go to trade as well, like his batting average in the minors this season versus what he did in the minors when he got to our team. It was the same thing. Like his batting average in their system was not the same as when he came to us. Like he was somebody that improved his hitting numbers as well when he came through that trade. Like before the trade, he wasn't doing that hot. He wasn't doing that hot.
No, let me look real quick here. I wanted to see this, but he was only he was terrible. For their I don't know it's a GL, whatever. We're white caps, but he batted 220. He batted 220 in the other team's minor league system. Had an OPS of 700, which is actually below average. Like you wouldn't even think that warranted anything. He only had 7 home runs in like a third of the games. Less than a third, like an eighth of the games.
Yeah, his numbers wasn't impressive, and they were. Yeah. When I was reading reports, like he was already like 24 or 2 on top of that. So you're like, what is he? Like if he's still not hitting for average in the minors, and he's already 24, probably next season going to be 25. So that's the type of stuff I was looking at when they announced those were the 2 players we were getting. And to their credit, for each of those 2 players, they stepped their game up when they came to our minor league system.
Yep, absolutely, and I like it. Change of scenery sometimes does well for people, and I like it.
And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell Chris and DaeDae.
What? What you talking about?
Might want to play the bonus guy, like you always want to be the.
That don't have nothing to do with the Tigers.
I know. Change the location. I get you. You can take your goat with you too.
$25 million goat.
Okay, so we'll go to our player of the week. Okay. So we'll go with Mike, seeing how he can't show his face anymore. Who's your player of the week?
Man, my player of the week is
Tariq Skubal. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't even want to go with a player, man. I'm going with the coaches, man. I'm going with Hinch and I'm going with Federer, man. I think both of them has been doing some work, as well as the other coaches too, like probably whoever the hitting coach. I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now, but man, they've all been putting in work, man. These young batters are coming into their own. They've had some clutch moments for us, whether they've been bunting to get us some wins or getting a hit to get us some wins. They've been doing what they need to do, and the pitching has been really, really good all year. Like I said, we brought Flaherty back, man. People was wondering, like, is he going to be able to regain form? He was one of the best pitchers in the AL this year, and we was able to trade and hopefully get these two pieces we got. Hopefully they materialize into something. We was able to get those two, and man, like sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. I'm gonna go with the coaches.
All right, Richard.
I'm gonna go with Parker Meadows, man. He played key in a couple of our wins.
Didn't he have the game when
I
he
think
hit
I read
the Yankees?
The other day, since he's came up, he's like 19 of 56. His defense is above stellar. His speed and what he does, his hitting, that's my player of the week.
So my player of the week is actually more or less the team defense. I just noticed in like 13 of our last 14 games, we've only allowed four runs or fewer. So in the last 13 of 14 games, I think our overall team defense, which also alludes to the pitching staff as well, I think our overall team defense as a whole has played really well. Did we have a few little errors individually? Yes. But as far as like not letting them cost us, we've done really well. I mean, usually we always remember it was always like we did great one game and then the next game we were trash. We gave up a ton of runs. We've really mellowed that out a lot now. So I think the team overall defensively has done a lot better.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. You have anything to say, DaeDae?
Yeah, my player of the week is Javi Baez for his homer to win the game against the Mariners.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't say Marcelo Zuna.
I could.
Who is? Hey, listen, I hope he takes over the lead, and actually he won't because Shohei Ohtani is way too big. But
he's only like 3 behind Shohei, 3 or 4 behind Shohei,
and he's leading the other 2 stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope he gets MVP. I really
shout
do.
out to Ozuna though, because a couple of years ago, I remember they were ready to get him out the league.
Last year they wanted him off the team.
Yeah.
Since that shit happened off field. Yeah.
That's good.
He's batting like 309 with 37 homers, and I don't remember how many RBIs. Like
93 is the last time I seen.
93.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't have any tonight. We lost tonight, so
We're in a dog fight. We brought Tyler Holton in, and of course he got his guy. They're pinch hitting Patrick Wisdom right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we got 2 out.
So shout out to the viewers out there. We're up to 257 viewers, which is our highest by far. We are 50 above our previous high. So shout out to the people that are viewing us and listening to our content or the lack thereof, depending on how you view it. But it's awesome. I love. I'm sure we all love seeing people talk. Viewing and everything like that. I know we like to talk ball. We all like to talk pretty much anything. Do you guys have any final words?
Yeah, man.
Thanks to the viewers, man.
Yeah, thanks to the viewers. Shout out to everybody watching, commenting, all that stuff, man. We appreciate it. And man, I can't wait, man. Detroit sports is in a good spot right now. That's all I'm gonna say. We're in a good spot.
Yeah, not Atlanta sports.
We in the wild card, homie. We going to the playoffs.
Can't speak for Atlanta, man.
We got invited to the dance. How you gonna hate from outside the club when you can't even get in, bro?
Oh,
hey, we got the ring, baby. Go
So do
blue.
we, son. Oh no, I'm going there.
Y'all are crazy. Man, I'm glad I don't have my Spartan hat on right now. I get some.
Oh, every cheater
Oh
gets
gosh,
a ring
all that
every
puke.
Every cheater gets
Hey,
a ring
don't hit
every
us
once
with
in a
your
while.
helmet. Don't hit us with your helmet.
No, we'll hit you with our car.
All right, Georgia.
Right.
I don't think they're that accurate though, to be honest with you.
I think Georgia probably win 7 games this year.
Oh man,
we may
that
only
better not happen.
DaeDae,
That better not happen because you.
Hey, we got out the inning.
Michigan fans better watch out the first game y'all lose because I'm coming at y'all. So hard, bro.
You guys play Texas, don't you?
Yeah, we play Texas early too.
That's gonna be a tough
week 2.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke them.
You're gonna smoke them. Of course they do. Of course.
We're gonna smoke Clemson.
Hey, I know
we're 13
when they beat Texas, everybody better give us our credit, man.
That's not happening. Y'all gonna lose to Fresno State.
Everybody give us. Oh hell no, we ain't losing no Fresno State. Y'all forgetting that defense is gonna be legit. We got the best player in the draft, Will Johnson. We got the best player in the draft, and we got Martindale. Man, y'all act like we don't got a defensive coordinator over here, man. He gonna make some stuff happen, man.
Don't y'all got those 2 D linemen too? Don't you got the 2 D linemen too?
Yeah, we got D linemen. Yeah,
G&G Express.
Actually, we got two of
the
best players in the draft.
That's so whack.
We got 2 of the best. We got 2 top 5 players in the draft, man. Let's go.
And 4 first-round picks if you want to include Loveland.
Georgia don't got nothing.
Yeah, we got the Doublewood overall.
Oh, they got Carson Beck. No, man, no. That's
look. I just know that's what's written down. I don't believe it. All right, I just know that's what's written down. I don't believe it.
Casual.
Hold up. What? Hell no.
Well, I'm actually getting so tired of hearing the word casual. Like it's getting so bad. People use it as like people use it as a swear word.
Chris, say roll tide. Say roll tide, Chris.
Cross isn't here, so he,
ain't no roll tide.
Oh, Rocky Top.
Go Rocky Top.
When Tennessee beat y'all, I'm gonna laugh.
That ain't gonna happen.
Y'all are crazy, man.
Yeah, Georgia going down this year. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. We're gonna beat Clemson, and then we're gonna smoke Alabama. I think like week 3, week 4.
Yeah.
I doubt that.
Bet. Wow.
Bet.
We're up to
Jalen Milroe.
We hit 260 viewers, so I was hoping we'd get there.
They like the college football smack talk.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, start talking college football, anything people like to talk about. And even people that have no chance to win ever still smack talk. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, Georgia been talking. Right. Georgia been kind of loud.
Man, you're making my eyes water.
5 years.
Man, we've lost 2 games in 2 years, man.
Hey, man. Shout out to the Lions. Lions won the Super Bowl.
I think it's time for us to sign off for the evening. Otherwise, we're going to have to start bringing out razor blades and stuff like that.
They're going to fucking start cheating and shit.
Let's go.
Hey, just don't drive. Just don't drive.
No, we at the house. We're good.
So for all
everybody
watching, I smacked DaeDae in college football, man.
Bro, we ain't even played. Not yet. You must be thinking I'm rich. Getting his ass so bad he went to sleep.
Oh man.
I'm about to go to sleep now while you talking.
All right. Everybody say who y'all is and where they can find y'all so we can get
so we can get out of here.
Richard, you can catch me on X at Riggs928.
Today, you can find me on Twitter at Markham246. Markham246.
Mike, and you can find me on Twitter at OnePride_JR.
And I'm Chris, Crazy Hockey Fan, on Twitter and Facebook. Also, just to let y'all know, we also have 4 other shows. We're going to be basically doing shows Monday through Friday. Just like and subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the closer we get to increasing this show to newer heights. Thank you, and everybody, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Braves.
Bleh.